Going to have a double header for you today, but first, we're going to talk about Alabama's Pro Day. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, I asked you guys on Twitter, what would you guys like today? You want me to finish the part 3 of the Kurt Warner Tua Tagovailoa film breakdown, or would you like me to talk about Alabama's Pro Day, which was today? And it was very close. It was a back and forth, very close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out the Alabama Pro Day. I'm going to relax, eat dinner, all that stuff. And then later tonight, probably around 11 o'clock, I'm going to put out the Tua Tagovailoa Kurt Warner breakdown, the final episode of that. So you're going to get 2 videos today, but the other one's going to be much later tonight. Real quick, got to shout out my guy, Cody, one of my new Patreons. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Thank you guys a lot for joining the Patreon. I have a lot of ideas for the Patreon videos. I'm thinking of maybe showing you guys how to edit, maybe showing you guys how to shoot, do all that stuff for the people who are interested in starting a YouTube channel. That will be just specifically on the Patreon or on the membership that I'm starting here on Twitter, YouTube. So I'm thinking about doing specific videos, cool videos for you guys that are my Patreons and that become members here. Also, I always got to shout out my guys at patchvibes.com. Always use the promo code DDW. You get yourself 20% off. Fantastic, fantastic merch. So let's talk about today with the Alabama Pro Day. Then I got a package from Greg that I'm going to open up. That will be comment of the day. So today was Alabama's Pro Day. There was 5 players that did not participate in Alabama's Pro Day today. That is center Dickerson, running back Najee Harris, linebacker Moses, and wide receiver Devontae Smith and Eric Waddle. There is also a Pro Day for them on the 30th, and I'm hearing that Devontae Smith will not be participating in that one either, but we'll see what happens with Najee Harris, Moses, Dickerson, and Waddle. But fun fact, Najee Harris was there today. And finding out about this story made me want him even more. And I know a lot of guys that I've heard from Twitter and all that stuff are talking about that they do not want a running back in the first round. But hearing this story from Najee Harris, essentially his flight from Dallas to Birmingham was canceled last night due to lightning. So with no other travel options available, Harris drove 9 hours to make it to the Alabama's Pro Day by 10 a.m. today. He's not even working out today, but wanted to support his teammates. If that's not a guy that Brian Flores is going to want to draft, and if that's not a guy that you want on your team, I don't know, man. Watching what he did last year for Alabama in the running game, and then see the heart and the fight he has for his teammates, I want the Dolphins to draft Najee Harris at 18, wherever, obviously not top 10. If we trade down from 10 to we're at the 3, from 3 to 8 or whatever, not there. But if they take him at 18, I'm not going to be upset because I think this kid is super dynamic and he has the right mental state for this type of stuff. And I think Brian Flores heard that and he was like, he made it there at 10 a.m. So he wasn't really late. All right, I'm going to take him. So that's that. Also, Mac Jones did perform today, but without having Smith and Najee Harris and his guys Waddle, he struggled a little bit. Now, did he do bad? No. Did he do fantastic, blow people away? No. He did okay. But even he came out and said he wasn't pleased with how he performed today, which is good. You know, you want your quarterback, like Tua said when he came out at the end of the year today, to not be complacent, to want to have done better. And for him to come out and say, you know, I wish I would have done better. I wish I would have made all the throws, all that stuff. It's really telling for him. Now, where do I see Mac Jones getting drafted? I could see him being a first rounder. I wouldn't be surprised if 4 quarterbacks were taken in the first round with Lawrence, Wilson, Fields, and Mac Jones. That's a possibility. You might see 3 quarterbacks taken in the top 10 because if the Jets take Sewell, then all of a sudden a lot of teams are going to be fighting for the Dolphins spot at 3. So I know a lot of us want Sewell. I want Sewell. I think he'd really help out this offensive line. But Jets take Sewell at 2 and with Wilson at 3. I'm hearing a lot of people like Wilson. A lot of people are going to want to give up multiple picks. You have multiple teams fighting for that one spot. They're going to overpay to get that spot to get the player they want. So it's going to be very interesting to see. I can't wait for the draft. It's coming up. We got about, a little over a month. Can't wait. But I expect Mac Jones to be taken in the first. I think he did play fantastic for the Alabama Crimson Tide this past season. Then you had some stats and some measurables, and just blew me away. First one I'm going to talk about is offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood. This is a big man. Let me get his exact measurements for you guys so you know. He is a big man. He's 312 pounds of just he's a big man. And you would think a man that big, he's not moving. He's not jumping. He's not doing that stuff. He had a 9-foot 10-inch broad jump and a 35.5-inch vertical jump. Now, that doesn't really translate to offensive line work because you're not going to really have your offensive lineman jumping forward and you're not really going to have your offensive line jumping vertically. But that just shows the athleticism of this tackle. And I will say the deepest parts of this draft are linebacker, wide receiver, tackle. Not really deep at pass rush. Not really deep at running back either. I would say wide receiver, tackle, and linebacker pretty deep. So even if the Dolphins don't get Sewell at 3, say, like I said, the Jets take him and the Dolphins trade back from 3, there's a lot of good tackles out there, like Slater, Leatherwood sounding pretty good. There's some good guards out there, too, that the Dolphins can help bolster up this offensive line. But hearing that this guy did a broad jump of 9 foot 10 inches and a vert of 34.5 inches, that's ridiculous for a 312-pound man. And you might be asking yourself, well, how ridiculous is that? Well, Patrick Surtain, the second, ran a 4.46 today, 40. That's good. A lot of people question Patrick Surtain, the second speed, so that kind of puts that at ease. He also had 18 bench press, so that was pretty good, 225 bench press. He did 18 times. 4.46, though, also is the speed that Kyle Pitts ran. So, again, just saying. But his vert was 39-inch vert, and his broad jump was 10 feet 11 inches. So Leatherwood was only about a foot behind him and only about 5 inches under him. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous for a big man. But they're going to, like I said, they're going to have another pro day on March 30th. So we'll see if the other guys are going to perform. Maybe I'll give you guys some more news and notes if Najee Harris performs. We have to make a video on it because I'd love the Dolphins to draft him. He's just super dynamic, and hearing what he did with his flight being canceled and making his way there to support his guys, it's just like, how do you not want him on your team? But there's one other guy I have to talk about that had a pro day today, because not only did Alabama have their pro day today, but Purdue also had their pro day today. And you guys might already know this, but Rondale Moore, the wide receiver, he's only 5'7". He's another like Jakeem Grant type, but he ran a 4.29 40 with a 42.5 vert. Are you kidding me? 5'7" with a 42.5 vert? What? I understand, like, the 4.29 speed is ridiculous, but he's a little man, so I expect him. You know, after seeing Jakeem Grant play for so long, you kind of expect the little men to be super fast. Even, you know, CJ Spillers and all those guys, you expect them to be fast. But he jumped 42.5 vert? Are you kidding me with that? Rondell Moore, wide receiver out of Purdue. That might have just helped his draft stock get pushed up. Where will he get taken? I don't know. But like I said, this draft, when it comes to wide receivers, is deep. And you look at like the other aspects, right? You have when you look at tight end, right? It's Kyle Pitts and then everyone else. But the wide receivers, kind of, there's a few guys at the top. That article that I put the video out the other day makes you think, should the Dolphins take Kyle Pitts? Because everyone else, you know, Chase and Waddle, whatever the heck his name is, and then you also have Smith. Kind of, you know, but then you have Kyle Pitts and the rest of the tight ends. I don't know. But be sure to comment below. What do you guys think about Alabama's pro day? What do you guys think about Purdue's wide receiver, Rondell Moore? with his ridiculous stats. Alex Leatherwood. Is there anyone else at Alabama's Pro Day that I missed that you think had a really good day? Be sure to comment below. And I'm going to get to comment of the day. And like I said, I got this package here from Gregory Kana. And I'm going to try to open it. It's a small package. Let's see what he sent me. Hey, Doug, couldn't find any Patriots diapers, but here's some toilet paper. I recommend eating some Taco Bell before usage. God bless, fins up, and best wishes to your daughter. That's hilarious. He got me Patriot toilet paper. I'm going to put this on the shelf. I'm going to try to unravel a little bit and put this on the shelf. That is hilarious. And if there's any Patriot fans that are in the comment section and get butthurt from this, come on, man. This is funny. That's hilarious. Thank you, Greg, so much for that. Like I said, later tonight, probably around 11-ish, you're going to get the final episode of Kurt Warner's Tua breakdown video. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you know when that comes out, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Also check out Miami Sports Music, a fantastic site with fantastic stuff. TD's on there, Solo D's on there. He created the site and all that stuff with his boy Steven. There's a ton of podcasts on there, so be sure to go over and check it out. Other than that, guys, I'll see you later tonight with the final episode of the Kurt Warner Tua film breakdown. But like usual, guys, stay classy. Fins up.